My beloved child, stop everything and listen. This is not a general message. This is a personal summons from heaven, meant for your heart alone. There are unseen battles raging around you, threats you have yet to perceive, and I am speaking now to prepare and protect you. What I reveal today will not only shield your home, but shift the entire course of your destiny. Do not ignore this moment. Stay with me, lean in, and hear every word, because what you choose to do after today will determine the ground you either claim or lose. The time is short, the urgency is real, and I have come to make sure you are not caught unaware. Quiet your heart, for this instant is a pivotal one, a time that could redefine your route, guard you, and shield those you hold dear from realities imperceptible to human sight. I have not come to plant fear in you, but to preserve you. I do not offer warnings to unsettle your spirit, but to open your eyes so you might perceive what unfolds around you, within your dwelling, and throughout the spaces where you reside. Certain aspects remain unseen, lurking threats that you have yet to grasp, and I do not want you to be unprepared. Oh, my child, tend to yourself. Guard your household and protect your loved ones with all I have entrusted to you. Do not be complacent. Do not imagine this to be some general admonition. No, my dearest one, this is a personal pronouncement for you. A message arriving from heaven, from the one who watches you in an unending love. Is there a mysterious stirring in your heart you cannot identify? Have you received dreams foretelling dangers, strong instincts, or signs you can't dismiss? Do not set these aside. They are not pointless occurrences, nor are they random. I am speaking to you. I am drawing your focus so that you can get ready and stand firm amid the forthcoming transitions. Examine your house carefully. Ponder over what has been happening in your existence. Is there something calling for change? Are there unnoticed elements creeping in? Have you disregarded anything lately? Something I have quietly nudged your soul about, yet you have not fully heeded? Purify more than just your tangible environment. Cleanse your soul as well. Eliminate whatever robs you of tranquility. Shut the entryways through which the foe may slip inside. Do not allow anything devoid of light to take root in your household, in your thoughts, or within your emotion. My beloved child, remember that a home is not solely composed of physical walls. It also encompasses the spiritual atmosphere you cultivate day after day. Are you fostering an environment marked by love, peace, and illumination, or do subtle influences corrode your joy, steering you away from me? Protect your home as vigilantly as your soul. Sustain your spiritual barriers. Do not permit a breach in the defense I established on your behalf. You hold the authority to seal portals that should never be opened, to proclaim that this dwelling belongs to the light, that there is no place for havoc here, that you and your family dwell in my protective grace. This is not a mere admonition, but an urgent truth that must not be overlooked. Beneath the realm of physical sight, beneath seemingly arbitrary happenings in your days, there can be a struggle at work, one your senses do not yet register. This conflict isn't visible but unfolds in the spiritual dimension, an unseen clash impacting every facet of your journey. The indefinable unease you sense, the abrupt quarrels in your household, the nameless burdens pressing upon your spirit, these may point to a disguised assault. My child, certain forces move quietly behind the scenes, searching for ways to invade your territory. They do not appear in terrifying forms that you can swiftly identify. They maneuver stealthily, sowing turmoil, dread, unbelief, and gloom in your mind. They can shift your circumstances unaccountably, bringing disarray that saps your energy, deranges your thoughts, or erodes the peace you once knew. Have you seen days when absolutely nothing goes according to plan? Moments when all seems misaligned, when interactions abruptly sour, when tasks that ran smoothly suddenly bristle with hurdles? Sometimes these are not trivial flukes or a run of poor luck. They might be manifestations of a spiritual battle. Your house is more than a structure. It embodies a spiritual realm. It can remain a sanctuary of serenity or turn into a war zone if you fail to remain vigilant. If you do not maintain its integrity, if you neglect to assert the empowerment I have granted you. The enemy wants to trespass, seeking a route to sow elements that are alien to the light. My child, do not cower, but do be fully cognizant of these facts. I reveal them not to agitate you, but that you may realize you hold the right to contend in this struggle. You are neither powerless nor subject to defeat. You are outfitted to oppose anything threatening you or your household. What then must you do? Protect your space. Let my essence permeate your house, so darkness finds no shelter to occupy. Be thoughtful about your intake, what you watch, what you listen to, what you express, for these can serve as channels for spiritual influence. Set aside time to pray for and sanitize your environment. Remove anything that contradicts the light's purity. Do not cling to objects or habits that instigate confusion. Refuse to let small seeds of negativity gather, for they can invite more severe complications you would rather avoid. My child, keep your home as a realm of light. Let my words echo in its rooms. Speak from a place of positivity. Sing from a heart of reverence. Let daily deeds stand as a testament that this dwelling is of the light, with no entry for shadows. Mind the words you emit. Avoid letting disparaging statements root themselves in your midst. Banish anger, resentment, and bitterness. Do not let them carve holes in your bulwark of defense. Proclaim calmness. Utter words of compassion, inspiration, and edification. By doing so, you alter the prevailing tone, rebuff detrimental intrusions, and erect an invisible safeguard impervious to the adversary. My treasured child, hold steady and resist being disturbed by my revelation. I do not intend to alarm you, but to reassure you that you possess an almighty protector, one who forever stays at your side, enfolding you within flawless sheltering. Jesus Christ is master over your residence, your formidable citadel, the illumination that repels every gloom. No power can match his might, and none of the aggressor's pursuits can defeat his guardianship upon your life. My child, the enemy always tries to implant fear, to make you lose sight of your security, to hide the ground of safety I established on your behalf. Yet do not let your spirit be rattled by those falsehoods. Embed this promise into your mind. No foe prevails against you when you anchor yourself in my name. Nothing can lay a hand on you when you set me as center and unyielding base of your existence. However, readiness is required. Cleanse your living. Dismiss anything that opposes my presence, anything that can offer darkness a point of access. Survey your surroundings. Are there items in your residence, habitual decisions, or relationships that fail to mirror my light? Are there influences pulling you away from the serenity I delight in bestowing on you? Interference from dark forces is not always overt. Sometimes it surfaces as cyclical pessimism, inexplicable fatigue, or puzzling occurrences lacking an obvious trigger. Occasionally, it creeps in through individuals crossing your path, those ushering in tension, utterances that sap your devotion, or enticements guiding you astray from the road I set before you. My child, do not brush off these hints. Keep watch with spiritual insight. Heed the alerts emanating from your deeper self. If something feels amiss, if your composure is rattled, halt. Assess everything in your orbit. Permit me to clarify what must be extricated, what needs purification, and what you have to reject to uphold the divine hedge over your life. Fear not releasing possessions outside my will. Sometimes you hang on because they seem critical, though in truth, they hamper your entrance into the liberation I designed for you. You may cling to a connection due to anxiety about losing someone, not recognizing they're steering you into areas that are alien to my light. Or you might resist transformation since you find solace in entrenched patterns. Yet these very practices keep you from the favors I have readied. Recall, my child, whenever I ask you to forsake something, it pales beside what I will supply. By discarding what violates the light's essence, you open wide your spirit, enabling me to pour forth serenity, delight, and generous bounty into your existence. When you drop unneeded weight, you discover that the burdens you lugged for so long dissolve, leaving your heart unburdened, and every chain that once bound you loses its hold. My precious child, the time has come for action. Do not postpone. Do not waver. Do not wait for circumstances to become dire before initiating change. Begin immediately. Proceed with full realization that you are not subjugated by these constraints trying to arrest you. You hold the privilege to rise, the option to proclaim your liberty, the right to repel each destructive force through my nearness. Dedicate your household to the light. Let your vicinity reverberate with an atmosphere of rest, of affection, of steadfast belief. Keep watch over your heart. Disallow gloom to nest among your ideas. Drive out every worry by standing resolute in trust. My child, when you do these things, an astounding alteration will be visible. You will come to see that former terrors no longer wield authority over you. You will discover my peace reigns in your home, within your thoughts, and in your every slumber. The anxieties that once devoured your mindset will loosen their grip. What was once chaos will transform into perspective and structure. My beloved one, I am not telling you this to alarm you, but to communicate that you are strong, empowered, and enveloped in an invincible protection. Embrace this. Let it permeate your life. Walk daily aware you are never forsaken, for I stand with you, surrounding you in my boundless might and love. Therefore, remain steadfast, be undaunted, be unwavering, refusing to allow any element at odds with me to entrench itself in your being. Safeguard your peace, secure your spiritual perimeter, and entrust me to direct your path. By doing so, not only will you observe a shift inside yourself, but also witness a transformation in those near you. I want you to see that disputes, seemingly trivial rivalries, and hurtful exchanges uttered casually do not just point to small confusions within your family. Beneath repeats of conflict, under the surface of lingering hurts, invisible warfare may be raging. The adversary engages not merely from the outside, but from within your own household and deep relationships. It never desires harmony, for unity begets might. It employs division to weaken your resolve, deplete your energy, and disrupt the peaceful atmosphere meant to prevail in your home. Have you noticed times where, despite no intention on your part, your tone grows sharper, your reactions harsher? Are there days when disagreements erupt among you over trivial triggers, etching painful scars on hearts? This is not merely normal life friction. It could be evidence of a deeper skirmish in your private domain. My child, remember that your home ought not to be a territory for discord. Your family must not devolve into a battleground of wounding words. Do not leave an opening for the foe to plant seeds of separation among those I have given you to love and treasure. So what should you do? Start at once. Do not wait until heartbreak is entrenched or the separation between family members is too vast to mend. Choose to foster reconciliation within your household. Look to your own motives first. Do not let arrogance, momentary irritation, or sorrow cloud your judgment. Learn to listen rather than rebut. Strive to comprehend rather than prove your correctness. When you elevate love above your pride, when patience triumphs over hasty outbursts, you bar the door the adversary hopes to exploit to cultivate conflict. But my child, you can't accomplish reconciliation single-handedly. Invite me in. In heated moments when rifts seem irreparable, speak my name. Call upon me in the heat of turmoil. Ask me to arbitrate. Observe how harsh utterances can soften, rigid attitudes can melt, and seemingly incurable hurts can begin to mend. My dear child, avoid waiting for others to step up first. Be the initial one to act with kindness, the first to forgive, the first to bring forth prayer, inviting my tranquility to saturate your household. When you extend mercy, when you perceive your family through my eyes, you'll see that love exceeds any schism in power. I am aware that forgiveness isn't always straightforward. I realize that certain injuries make you want to withdraw, that words once spoken remain etched upon the heart. But my child, recall that forgiving does not entail trivializing your anguish. It allows me to rush in and offer healing. Through forgiveness, you liberate not just others, but also free yourself from intangible weights you may not even realize you're carrying. Keep choosing forgiveness. Don't assume one instance of releasing someone is enough. You might need to do it repeatedly, daily reminding yourself that love prevailed over bitterness. Still, my child, trust that each time you forgive, each time you pick love, you're severing chains that the foe wants to use to enslave your family. Transform your home into a sanctuary of my presence. Do not let it become a realm of endless disputes, harmful words, or growing estrangement. Make a purposeful choice to transform the aura of your environment. Let my words infiltrate your dialogues. Let my peace cloak every space. Let my abiding spirit infuse every moment you spend with family. My child, if you wish to see harmony in your household, begin with yourself. Be the one who offers serenity. Be the one who sows an ambiance of love. Be the one who speaks tenderly rather than lashing out. As you shift your attitude, turning to love instead of anger, you will witness an astonishing change, and you will realize that when I govern your home, all else aligns. What the enemy contrived to destroy will be restored. What lay in ruins shall be mended. The unity once deemed unreachable will be renewed, and your family will form a fortress that cannot be upended. My beloved child, never forget that you fight not in isolation. I am here, I am at work, I am pouring my love into every dark space in your household. You need only open your spirit, trust, heed my direction, and you will experience wonders manifesting right among your own loved ones. Therefore, do not lose courage or believe it's too late. Act now. Stand for love. Stand for resolution. Choose to pardon. In doing so, my peace will not merely govern your family, but will also pour forth to touch those around you. For I am the bringer of peace, the restorer of what is shattered, the one sustaining all who trust in me. Let me soothe your soul today. Take these words deep into your heart, for they serve as a gentle beckoning, an affectionate appeal, drawing you back to the place where your real strength resides. If you sense your bond with me lacking fervor, if the fire of faith once blazing inside you has dimmed to flickering embers, then the hour has come to renew your devotion. My child, I know you've had instances of closeness with me, periods when you prayed wholeheartedly, when you read my words and felt your existence overflow with abundant life. Yet perhaps the world's worries, its constant pressures, the accumulative weight upon your shoulders have slowly crowded out what used to fuel you. Maybe you never meant to slip away, but now you see that you no longer stride intimately with me as you once did. Have you sensed that your prayers no longer radiate passion? That when you read my words, your heart no longer stirs as before? That spiritual practices that previously invigorated you now feel routine? If so, then pause here, return, and be refreshed. The adversary perpetually tries to wedge distance between us, but not overtly. It doesn't snatch you abruptly. Instead, bit by bit, it piles tasks upon you, lures you with diversions, fills your mind with constant anxieties, until one day you notice, I'm no longer your top priority. Its intention is to dull our bond, making you feel I am remote, persuading you that you are no longer meriting closeness with me. But my cherished child, reject those falsehoods. I have never abandoned you, never turned away. No matter how far you've roamed, I remain here, awaiting you with welcoming arms. I not only desire to receive you again, I am ready to restore your voice, breathe life into your faith, reignite your passions exactly as it was in those first days when your stride in my light was strong. There is no distance beyond my capacity to bridge. There is no flaw too immense, no letdown so entrenched, no shattered past that could ever compel me to forsake you. You need only decide to come back, to unbar your heart, to whisper your longing to return, and right then I will be there, at your side. So my child, cease hesitating. Let me reinvigorate you. Let me rekindle your fervor. Allow me to raise you and usher you into a refreshed season, one marked by revival, by richer intimacy with me than you've ever tasted. Start small. Open your Bible again, not from habit, but in dialogue with me. View each word I speak as more than scribbles on a page. Let them breathe vitality into every recess of your spirit. Give yourself to prayer, not from duty, but as a loving bond between father and treasured child. Don't fret if you lack polished words. Don't shy away if you feel the distance has lasted too long. Simply come, simply speak. Just uncover your essence. Let your raw feelings flow, and I will respond in fullness. I will envelop you with my nearness. I will revive you. I will shower you with my affection more plainly than ever before. My child, I do not wish to be a peripheral part of your life. I long to be its very center. I yearn to be your breath, your essential life force, the wellspring from which you draw your daily stamina. When you place me foremost, when you prioritize our fellowship, you will witness how everything else slips neatly into place. You will discover the burdens that loomed so heavily no longer overwhelm you. Your trepidations will slowly recede. You will find the peace you sought elsewhere now radiating within. You will advance with renewed boldness, unwavering conviction, brimming joy that no challenge can diminish. So, my dear child, return. Let nothing hinder you now. Never assume you should wait until conditions are ripe, until you feel worthy, sufficient, or adequately prepared. No, my beloved, come this very minute. Let me perform the miracle of renewal here and now. I stand ready, waiting for you to converse with me. I crave the sound of your voice. I wish to fill your life with fresh strength, to take you deeper into intimacy with me than you've ever experienced. Let me fulfill that. Let me guide you back to who I created you to be, confident in your faith, vibrant, no longer encumbered by fear, but alive in my power and love. Rise, my child. Reawaken your dedication. Let me revive your inner being. Let me show you a path that will shed the dryness, bringing forth vibrant renewal, banishing the sense of detachment so you can walk intimate with me. Then you will know there is no treasure greater than my presence. Nothing replaces our bond. Nothing satisfies like resting in my steady arms. So, my beloved child, return now. Allow me to renew and restore you, to hold you with the love I have always offered. You shall find you truly have never lost anything, for I have remained here, loving you, waiting for you, ready to usher you into a brand new chapter of abundant living you have yet to know. My dear one, listen acutely to these words, for they encapsulate a vital truth. Among the people near you, though they never say it, there are some who do not relish your thriving. Certain eyes watch you, not with kindness, but with jealousy. They cannot delight in your progression. They cannot genuinely wish you well. Perhaps you did them no injury, but simply by walking in grace, simply by ascending higher, you've awakened something in their hearts. Do not let that shake your resolve. Do not let worldly scrutiny depress you. Do not let the words and unfriendly glances of others make you second-guess your worth. They might wait for you to slip, but I desire you to stand strong. They may hope you wander astray, but I have paved your road with a shining brilliance. They may anticipate your defeat, but I have pledged a time overflowing with the good things you crave. My child, the adversary constantly works to stop you from truly hearing my words. He aims to instill doubt, scatter your mind, make you imagine these promises are not intended for you. He wants you to dismiss what I am disclosing, because once you embody this reality, you will no longer be ensnared by the deceptions he planted in your thoughts. But my child, do not yield to these lies. Arise in faith. Set your mind unmovably on the truth. Understand that none can thwart what I have planned for you. When my blessings flow, no one can seize them. When I fling open a gateway, nobody can seal it. When I guide you forward, no route is a dead end. Stand resolute, remain unwavering. Rest assured, you have no need to fear anything, for my mighty hand covers you. Move on with the confidence that my purpose is coming to fruition in your days, even if visible signs aren't evident yet. Trust that I am shielding you from those who would sabotage you and from the unknown negativity swirling about. My child, if you want to be fully joyful, center upon your own walk, upon your current pursuits, upon the path I have shown you. Do not fixate on others' doings or not doings. True contentment arises not from external validation, but through living according to my guidance, by staying in the light and fulfilling my commands. Embrace this moment. Value what I have already put in your hands right now. Avoid letting concerns about the future, regrets from the past, or people's judgments distract you from the reality that today is another day of favor. Do you see that? Even now, this very day, I am lavishing grace on you, not in a distant tomorrow, not some indefinite time, but precisely here, in this hour. You need not await a dramatic omen to confirm my active work. Look around, sense each breath, recognize how I make my love visible through even the smallest matters. My precious child, the blessings I bring are unlike worldly offers. They are not chained to conditions, do not rest on human acceptance, and no one can snatch them away. My blessings constitute a solid assurance, an enduring vow. So be open to receive, free of doubt, liberated from worry. Step on with thankfulness, with delight, certain that I am leading you toward a wonderful destination. My child, if some desire your downfall, recall that my desire is that you flourish. If certain individuals watch for you to stagger, remember that I am perpetually there to support you. If anyone hopes to see you quit, remember that I have anchored you upon sturdy ground and nothing can topple you. Proceed onward. Continue doing right. Keep sowing seeds of commitment, of kindness, of trust, for you will harvest an outpouring of blessings, a harvest that supplies abundance for you and stands as proof of my loyalty toward you. Hence, raise your head high, press forward with resolve. Grasp your blessings now, for I intend to bless you, and no one can alter that. You are selected, you are adored, you are the one for whom I have designed a future imbued with hope and prosperity. I am about to release bountiful favor upon you. A heavenly supply is approaching. An unforeseen gift is set to locate you. This is not mere happenstance, but a response from above, an arrangement long devised for you, bestowed not because of any special merit on your part, but because I love you, because I am the one who provides, because I will never let you be in want. Yet, my child, before this endowment arrives, you have to prepare. It is not just about your external readiness, but also about the state of your heart. When I bless you, the essential question is not how large it is, but how you will handle it. Will you accept it gratefully? Will you steward it with fidelity according to its intended design? My child, is your spirit open to accept? Are you getting ready to manage such abundance prudently? I wish to grant you more than a transient blessing. I want to teach you to live in sustaining provision, to use what I give for enduring impact, both for you and for those in your proximity. What must you do? First, foster a thankful outlook before the change materializes, before the resource is actually in your grasp. Let a grateful spirit overflow. Do not pause until the gift shows up to be appreciative. Start presently. Know that my plans for you are in motion, that everything you need is already arranged, and when the right hour comes, you will realize my perfect timing. Next, show fidelity with the small responsibilities. Prior to entrusting you with further resources, I want to see how wisely you administer what you hold now. Are you applying it judiciously? Do you honor me through your financial dealings? Have you placed me foremost and dedicated the best of what you own to my kingdom? My child, my blessings aren't meant for mere hoarding. I favor you so you might become a conduit, allowing many to share in that overflowing grace. I want you to be a giver, a planter, someone who invests in that which outlasts worldly existence. When you receive my supply, do not let your thoughts revolve solely around your own needs. Enlarge your heart to register the needs of those about you. Extend my hand of blessing to others. My child, do not fret over the method by which this blessing finds you. My capacity to provide is unbounded. I might unveil a door you had never dreamt of. Perhaps I will summon an opening that defies your expectations, or I might coordinate your arrival at a designated place and time, granting you a season teeming with resources. Remember, my ways surpass your reasoning. I am the one who carves roots where none appear feasible. However, my child, my intention is not limited to your material prosperity. Far beyond money, I long to impart wise discernment regarding its use. Understand that my sustenance involves every dimension, tranquility, spiritual flourishing, relational wholeness, your entire life's well-being. Possessing the whole world without attaining peace renders you poor. Attaining vast riches devoid of empathy and mercy is no true wealth. Hence, my child, be equipped. Readjust not only in physical aspects but also in spiritual matters. Let your heart be receptive while filling it with wisdom so you can properly govern what I entrust to you. Shield yourself from greed. Always remember that your resources are fleeting, that significance lies not in quantity but in how you employ them for my glory. Trust my activity in your story. Believe that I never fail as your provider. Never doubt that I have consistently supplied all your needs, and I will continue. And my child, once the blessing appears, do not neglect me. Do not let wealth capture your heart, but continually recall that I am the origin of every provision. When you enter an abundant phase, remain humble. Persist in surrender and keep me first above all else. For then, my blessing will not come just once, but will repeatedly pour over you, granting you surplus not just for yourself, but to benefit a multitude. So, my beloved child, prepare accordingly. Open up. Wait in confidence and happiness, since the blessing about to unfold will not only transform your situation, but stand as evidence of my abiding commitment in your life. Remain in hopeful anticipation. Today I am initiating something fresh, and you will behold that, by exalting me, no boundaries remain to restrain what I can accomplish. I convey this. Solely genuine love can lift you out of this world brimming with lures and wrongdoing. Not superficial affection, not contrived affection, not love confined to speech alone, but the love that springs forth from your innermost being and manifests in every truthful deed. Such love isn't hollow promises or vacant words. It is service, empathy, and the radiance you bestow upon those surrounding you. You will grow to recognize that love transcends a mere feeling. It is a deliberate action, an everyday selection. When you love, not because others merit it, but because love itself defines you. When you aid expecting no payment. When you stretch wide your embrace to souls discarded by others. When you show mercy despite your own deep hurts. This is when you step fully into my light. It is in these moments that you see leaving this darkened earth does not mean running away. It signifies metamorphosis. Each act, even the smallest, becomes a vibrant petition when done in love and devotion. When you minister to someone in torment, when you nurse a wounded spirit, when you restore faith to those who have lost their grip, this is when you are a beacon in the midst of shadows. You need not lavish extravagance to showcase your devotion. Rather, the sincerity in how you handle others is the greatest proof of your faith. Then wonder arises. Once you commit to love, once your heart brims with gratitude, once you perceive all with reverence and humility, the environment around you starts to alter. You notice that prior troubles lose their hold, that the suffering that once weighed you down now serves as a stepping stone on your path to growth. Fear, bitterness, jealousy, and ambition gradually subside, allowing genuine peace and joy to emerge from your spirit. Others will also be touched by this change. A genuine smile can lessen another's grief. An uplifting comment at the right juncture can save a soul drowning in hopelessness. A small kindness can rekindle faith in a heart that has ceased believing in love. When you let my love flow through you, you do more than change yourself. You also transform people near you. This love surpasses boundaries. It does not distinguish between wealth and poverty, dignity and humility, force and frailty. Neither time nor distance can confine it. Authentic love cannot be obliterated, never perishes. Though results might not be immediate, every seed of love you sow, every empathetic word, every unspoken caring act endures eternally. You see, to truly depart from this world, you needn't evade adversity or pain. Instead, you must evolve yourself. You must learn to love even through life's hardest trials. You must keep a thankful spirit, even when circumstances oppose you. You must hold fast to faith, even as doubt surrounds you. This path is daunting, but it is brimming with grace and brilliant. You believe that by traveling this route with an exposed heart, unconditional love, and profound gratitude, you will rise above the troubles of this existence. You realize your true place is elsewhere. Your spirit has touched higher ground, a realm of pure love, free from tears and hurt, filled with my everlasting presence. So you stop searching for liberation anywhere else, for real liberation is in the love you display. Through living with a loving heart, you break free from this world's snares, ascending closer to my radiance, your true abode. My precious one, you are never abandoned, for I have already laid out a course for you, an itinerary complete beyond every horizon you can imagine. My design for you is unbound by your doubts or the challenges you face. It is unaffected by worry, suspicion, or prior traumas. On the contrary, I have mapped a route of illumination where I shall uphold and rebuild you, endowing your days with purpose and wholeness. What I have in store for you is no ephemeral or delicate promise such as those found in earthly life. It is not passing triumph or short-lived gratification, but a life of lasting fulfillment, where your spirit brims with calm and your heart discovers real significance. You were not created to be overwhelmed by dread or indecision, but to tread forward with the certainty of one who is endlessly cherished. I never desire for you to languish in solitude or to be adrift in this realm. I do not wish for you to feel small when life's storms rage, or to think you must surmount everything alone. I am always near, prepared for you to rest in my presence. You need not battle on your own, for I am your ultimate stronghold. I am the fortress warding off every menace, the beam that steers you through the dark. When you tire, remember I am your energy. When you faint, I am your haven. When you lose direction, I am the guide who sets you aright. Do you see why I ask that you trust me? Because you were never intended to shoulder the planet's burdens. Distress, disappointment, sorrow, these are not your destiny. You came into being to fulfill my greater purpose, in which nothing goes astray, and no moment is wasted. When you trust me, when you lay your cares on me, you will sense lightness in your heart. I am not just the maker, but the one who loves you day by day, moment to moment. Hand your life over to me, and I vow you won't be deserted. I vow you will never come to a dead end. There will be seasons when it feels as if you're groping through heavy haze, unable to glimpse the road ahead. But, my beloved, trust that I have gone in front, getting everything ready. Be confident that I am coordinating each piece so you can walk forward untroubled and unafraid. Reflect on what it means to have a successful existence. Is it renown, authority, or large sums of money? Not so, my beloved. The success I provide is measured differently from the world's system. Genuine success is not found in shallow pursuits, but in discovering your fullness in me. When you exist in alignment with my will, when you love and serve from a sincere center, that is where immortality resides. I do not claim this journey will lack hurdles, yet keep in mind that difficulties do not signify failure, they offer growth. Every tear that slides down your cheek is not pointless. They plant seeds of believing, resilience, and revival. I do not take you through storms to inflict pain, but to show you that no tempest, however fierce, can loosen my grip on your life. Can you recall the instant you felt thoroughly stripped, with no rescue on the horizon? Nevertheless, you made it. Looking back, you now realize I was constantly there, and I remain with you still, guiding each stride. Rely on my blueprint, though you cannot see its totality. I grasp every detail. I know what nurtures you best, what leads you to fully become the person I formed you to be. You need only yield to my leadership. Release your fixation on controlling everything. Don't let terror settle in your spirit. Allow me to be the one who paves the route, who orchestrates all details for your well-being. When you surrender to me, trusting me enough to let go of your fears, a marvel unfolds. You will no longer be ensnared by trivialities, held hostage by your past, or let regret overshadow your now. Your life brightens, not because all is perfect, but because you are never alone. Not because hardships vanish, but because each trial has a higher meaning, pushing you to greater heights. Not because you hold every dream, but because you grasp that I suffice. I not only promise you a triumphant outcome, but a life brimming with significance. A life where blessings don't just serve you, but turn you into a fount of blessings for many. By trusting me, watch your heart widen. You shall love more generously, pardon more readily, and stand firm in every storm that arises. So fear no more. Discard your skepticism. Abandon the prison of your past torments and future qualms. Step forth with unbroken belief, for I, who cherishes you beyond measure, have unimaginable wonders planned, and I shall never allow you to lose your way. My beloved, have you heard that angels behold your life day in and day out? They see what your eyes miss. They know you are not defined by your weakest hour, your missteps, or by the wounds you've endured. They see you as I see you, a being of boundless possibility, a lamp waiting to blaze. You might think yourself stuck in sadness, weighed down by yesteryear's reflections, by regrets you cannot erase. Perhaps you recall your mistakes and hold yourself accountable, lying awake at night, doubting anyone grasps your innermost feelings or acknowledges your real value. Yet, my child, listen to me. An incredible breakthrough is on the horizon, capable of revolutionizing all, pulling you from gloom and carrying you to your rightful place. The angels don't merely foresee your future, they rejoice in what's looming ahead. They witness a new form of you, stronger, more luminous, unrestrained. They observe you striding with a mended heart, glowing from within, no longer weighed by past regrets, yearning for you to see it as well. Not with earthly eyesight, but with trust. Do you know the secret to ushering in this renewal? It is bravery, not an external display, but internal fortitude. The fortitude to confront yourself, to be transparent about your errors, to humble yourself and forsake what has elapsed. When you dare to stand in my presence, owning your shortcomings, conceding you cannot do it alone, and allowing me to steer your steps, genuine transformation ignites. Repentance is not something to fear, my child. It is not shame or a verdict hanging over you. In truth, it is deliverance. It is rescue. It is letting go of the long-hauled burdens, allowing me to bear them for you. It is receiving pardon instead of self-inflicted blame. It is letting me wipe away every tear and grant you a pristine chance. And as you do this, you will see your heart gradually filled, not with negative ruminations, not with illusions of your past, not with feelings of isolation or misery, but with my light, my gladness, my indescribable peace. No longer will each day be drudgery. Every dawn will hold promise. No longer will you deem yourself incapable or worthless. You will realize I endowed you with a majestic destiny. No longer will your past shame label you. You will adopt my definition, redeemed, cherished, and selected for a shining destiny. But you must keep moving on. You must step beyond your zone of comfort. I cannot bring you into your promised inheritance if you remain mired in your self-created bondage. I cannot generate something new when you still embrace what is stale. You have to believe, truly believe I have good planned for you. You must dare to relinquish all that no longer serves you. Outdated notions, constraining convictions, old hurts that weigh you down. As you summon this internal courage, a miracle emerges. What once felt like permanent sorrow is revealed as a stepping stone, not a final destination. The tears that trickled, the tumbles you took, the times you wandered in the dark, none were useless. Each episode shaped the person you are becoming. And as you walk in reliance, doors start to open, an entrance to optimism, a corridor to fresh starts, an avenue to opportunities you never deemed yourself suited for. I will carry you to peaks you never dreamt you could scale. I will plant bigger dreams in your heart, broader visions, and talents yet undiscovered. You will no longer be chained to your past, but freed to truly soar. No longer governed by your scars, but standing strong with a restored soul. No longer trembling in dread, but firmly rooted in faith. Always remember, I see beyond this second in time. I see your entire story, from your formation's first flicker to the final step you take. I will not allow you to be adrift. I will not let you tumble without extending my hand. Hence, do not lose heart. Do not let your earlier mistakes paralyze you. Do not allow disheartening thoughts to hinder your progress into my promises. Trust that healing is on its way. Trust that my radiance will annihilate the darkness within you. Trust that I am escorting you to a kinder place, where you find unbridled delight, where your spirit need not drag old baggage. Believe in my intention. Believe in the renewal I yearn to bring. Believe you were made for more than subsisting, for living courageously, mightily, and purposefully. You must commit to a single choice. Place your hand in mine, walking forward in boldness. You will observe every sorrow, every mark of pain, and every instance of frailty forming the groundwork on which I construct something brand new, something wondrous, and something everlasting in you. My beloved, angels keep watch over you, urging you not only to tread on the right road, but to discern the genuine worth of your life. They do not desire you to squander the treasured gifts entrusted to you, your hours, your vigor, your compassion, and the talents I planted within you. Your life is a seed, and its impact depends not on the size, but on the soil in which it's planted. Countless people on this planet invest their hearts and minds in hoarding money and chasing fleeting gains, yet in the end, find themselves hollow. The cause? They poured themselves into worthless ventures. They set their hopes on passing things that can vanish instantly, illusions that can never instill authentic serenity or elation. But you, my child, are not intended for such a path. The angels aim not only to alert you on the wise use of money, but also to reveal that the most substantial treasures do not lie in physical assets, but in unseen, albeit mighty matters. Loyalty, compassion, affection, and your spiritual journey. Spend a moment to consider where your time, your drive, your thoughts go. Do they bring lasting reward? Do they shape you into a person closer to my light? Do you allocate periods for self-discovery, for developing your abilities and refining your soul? Do you invest in strong bonds where you both give and receive honest love? Do you apply your strengths for the world's betterment? If so, you are on the proper track. But if you sense you have let trivial pursuits consume you, recall that the window for change is always open. Commence now, this very instant. Choose to dedicate yourself to what counts. To invest in personal evolution, carve out intervals to know yourself better, to exercise your spirit and intellect, to grow the gifts I have woven into you. Step beyond comfort, test your borders, and push to develop. Learn patience, forgiveness, and cultivate a viewpoint of thankfulness. To invest in relationships, prize those dear to you. Steer clear of harmful associations or anything dragging you from my presence. Spend time with those who show you genuine affection, who inspire the best in you. Foster meaningful connections reliant on sincerity, empathy, unconditional kindness. Because in the twilight of everything, love and the ties you build endure. To invest in helping others is among the greatest acts you can offer. When you show kindness, when you utilize your resources to brighten someone's life, you do not merely deliver hope to them, you sow seeds of abundance in yourself. You cannot predict how even a minor act of charity may reshape someone's world. The right compliment might rescue a despairing soul. A demonstration of care might lessen a hidden ache. A small assistance could open a window of possibility to a person who has lost direction. Foremost, you must sustain your spiritual tie, because absent faith, absent my presence, all else is robbed of meaning. Even if you amassed everything revered by society, fortune, stature, influence, if inner peace eludes you, if you feel adrift and alone, none of it can truly satisfy. Remember, my child, that real flourishing begins not outside but inside you. When your heart is ruled by love, when you anchor your trust in me and proceed in my illumination, everything about you will progressively shift. You will not feel unprovided, convinced that I meet all your needs. You will abandon minor fixations, understanding that far greater values demand your focus. The angels are imploring you to see that thriving is not measured by how much you possess, but by living a life packed with purpose. When your heart overflows with compassion, When gratitude and dependence on me underscore your every move, you will be wealthier than anyone. Wealthy not from your belongings, but from your open-hearted generosity. Fulfilled not because you checked off worldly objectives, but because you stepped fully into the calling I had in mind for you. So cease your chase for illusions that never produce enduring benefit. Use your hours wisely. Concentrate on the real priorities. Focus on nourishing your soul, forming soul-enriching bonds, and offering goodness to those you can. Stay near to me, as I am the wellspring of all contentment, calmness, and goodwill you yearn for. And one day, when you glance behind, you will lack regret for not achieving trivial goals. You will not fret about not gathering enough riches or popularity. Instead, you will recognize that you led a life worthy of living, a life abounding in love, faith, and dedication. Remember, my child, that every good outcome is not purely accidental. Also, you may not immediately witness the fruits of your actions, but trust that every bit of devotion, every moment of resilience goes on record. I mark each bead of sweat you have released, every tear you've wiped off, every time you selected faith in place of allowing dread to rule your spirit. I know how many times you nearly quit, but silently persevered, determined to believe even when storms loomed. Never forget, no struggle is meaningless. Though you may feel alone at times, though it looks as if no progress is made, you keep moving. Sometimes rewards don't materialize promptly, but that doesn't indicate my hand is idle in your journey. Even if you can't perceive my arrangement, trust that all unfolds in line with a flawless strategy beyond your comprehension. Be loyal. Cling to your beliefs. Don't let minor roadblocks cause you to forget my promises. By staying firm and building your life upon me, you won't be overthrown by this trembling planet. When tempests rage, you will not panic, convinced you do not stand alone. When others doubt you, when the world commands you to surrender, you remain unflinching, for you know I hold you close. Do you recall the faithful ones who trudged before you, relying on their beliefs when immediate results were unseen? They kept striding in trust despite a thorny route. In the end, they beheld my majesty. They witnessed my words vindicated. They experienced blessings cascading like refreshing rains onto parched lands. You too shall encounter this if you remain steadfast. Do not give up. You will inherit unimaginable blessings. However, you must contend without rancor or hardness of heart, but with trust, not drawing upon your limited strength, but on power from me, not by fighting worldly systems, but by standing unwavering in your own heart. When you place your faith in me, there is no reason to be frightened of anything, for I secure your tomorrow. Daily remember, you do not endure merely to exist, but to take hold of something greater. You are not only someone enduring adversity, you are being formed for a sublime mission. I refine you, honing your character through the challenges. The bruises you bear aren't meant to crush you, but to shape you. Your stumbles are not an abrupt end, but stepping stones that teach you. Fill your soul with hope, for I never dismiss any faithful servant. The seeds you planted, the love you extended, the sacrifices you made, each is being nurtured, preparing a sumptuous yield for its due time. So fear not. Do not second-guess my plan. Let current hardships never block your memory of my promises. Let short-lived defeats never rob your commitment. Let not this noisy world mute my voice in your innermost being. Keep advancing, keep contending, keep resting upon your faith. Soon you will observe my words materialize. One day you will look back and see how every obstacle, every heartbreak, every instance you stood strong instead of giving up was worth it. On that day, you will not only witness overflowing blessings, but you will realize how you have evolved. Braver, wiser, glowing more brightly than ever. The tides of creation move in your favor, my beloved. Even now, a change is underway. A fresh breeze stirring into your life with divine energy, designed to mend, lift, and defend you. Over the ensuing hours, you may detect a subtle yet vigorous shift in the atmosphere that surrounds you. You arriving at this point is no accident. It is orchestrated by heaven, woven into my purpose for you. These currents of blessing are not just fleeting reassurance, but also proof you are not alone. You will sense a lightness envelop your home, as though a suffocating haze has dissolved. A gentle glow will envelop you, reminiscent of a love that knows no boundaries. Worries shall fade, burdens will release their grip, and you will see that peace was never far off, merely waiting for your willingness to accept it. Allow yourself to open wide to this offering. Draw a slow breath, letting each inhalation infuse you with hope, letting your heartbeats align with the divine pulse. An extraordinary hush will fill your being, not the emptiness of isolation, but the tranquility of a spirit brimming with belief and luminosity. This is the hour for you to rest in my arms, to relinquish every tension, and to let your heart be entirely serene. Those anxieties that once left you uneasy will lose their grasp. The old fears that once haunted you will gradually disappear from your mind. You will watch the confusions that once caused alarm drift away, like clouds crossing the sky. Nothing can pierce the core of your being when you trust in me. I have subdued the turbulence, removed the obstructions, and now invite you to walk in liberty and calm. Harmony will descend not only into your residence, but also into your close relationships. Misconceptions will be clarified, ailments will yield to healing, and bonds of love will be fortified more than ever. If you have sensed emotional distance between you and those you care about, realize that this chasm is now bridged by mercy and grace. Open your heart to give love to receive it, for this is the treasure I wish to bestow. Let the upcoming hours usher in renewed intimacy with yourself. Pause to discern the voice of your spirit, to align with the cadence of the life force I have breathed into you. Every ache, each scar, every recollection once chiseled into your heart will begin to vanish, much like morning dew under the day's first rays. You no longer must battle solo. All that exhausted and depleted you, lay it down. Trust that I work within your life, even if unseen. There is no need to grasp every detail today. Just cling to your faith that my goodness arranges your path. A wave of novelty flows toward you, likened to the early breezes that signal spring. You will sense renewed zeal and vitality. You will discover a buoyancy you have never felt before, a muted yet unstoppable courage swelling from within. All is improving. Believe that blessings are drawing near. Doors that once remained locked will open wide. Your cries have not gone ignored. Your aspirations are not meaningless. You are never on your own. You have never been alone, nor will you ever be. I am here, safeguarding you, leading you, supplying every resource you require for a life complete with radiance and solace. My beloved, prepare yourself. Tomorrow might present unexpected obstacles, yet do not panic, do not be alarmed, and do not allow doubt to erode your resolve when faced with uncertainty. Each difficulty I permit holds an access point to a fresh chapter, a gateway that grants you prospects you never envisioned. If you stand faithful, if you remain rooted, if your steps persist in faith, then even the gravest tribulations will be stepping stones vaulting you nearer to your breakthrough. Remember, every phenomenal triumph arises out of adversity. Dawn's peak brilliance follows the darkness of night. The seed must lie buried before emerging into life. So it goes for you. You unearth your highest strength once you choose to confront, not flee from, burdens. Tomorrow can unveil immense hurdles, but they are not your terminus. They are not barricades halting your passage. They are doors awaiting your push. Endure. Refuse to submit to fear. Hold on to your belief, even if all appears stacked against you. Then each obstacle becomes a vehicle for learning, each storm a lesson, and every victory you maintain draws you closer to the destiny I've mapped out. Recall, my child, you do not wrestle unaided. I will reinforce you for every struggle. When you flag, I am the place you rest. When your mind is confused, I become the lamp guiding your steps. When you think you have reached your end, I lift you and put you exactly where you must be. You need not panic over your liabilities, whether financial strains or less tangible burdens of the heart, for I will meet your needs and cut away all shackles. If you trust me, if you put all in my arms, you will notice each stride feels lighter, every burden gradually lifted, every seeming puzzle inching toward resolution. Have faith that by the close of February, a dramatic transformation will unfold. Not a random alteration, but the result of patience, unbroken trust, and steadfast resolve through trying times. Your life shall shift into a new period, one where you no longer wear the chains of your old limitations, where you will behold the bounty blossoming from seeds you planted, where you will understand how each effort, each tear, every refusal to yield was richly rewarded. But to see it realized, you must persevere in belief. You must not permit fear to derail you. You must not allow adversity to sway your confidence in my providence and love. You mustn't let visible challenges eclipse the truth that I have pledged far more, an existence that transcends a bare minimum and overflows with my good gifts. My dear one, I know certain days feel impossible. Certain stretches leave you drained. Certain junctures make you wonder if the toil is worth it. But I remind you, success isn't simply about quick outcomes, but about unwavering commitment even when evidence appears invisible. When you stand unwavering, still walking forth even in blindness, that is when you cultivate the seeds of a rich harvest. When the season of fulfillment dawns, you'll grasp that it did not appear by chance, but because you were loyal, because you held on, because you rested on me, even amid the most fiery tests. So do not let tomorrow alarm you. Greet it with readiness, strong conviction, and the heart of one who knows I oversee your future. May each new day reflect your trust in me. Let each of your steps demonstrate a courage unbroken by outward chaos, guided by my shining light. You will see that consistent faith and a determined spirit will deliver not transitory success, but a lasting triumph. A life anchored in faith, love, and genuine prosperity that nothing can seize. My beloved, let these insights not only calm your heart, but also extend to those desperate for direction, those battered by life's pace, those who seek brightness in the midst of gloom. Don't keep secret the light you have received. Let it blaze, warming others, instilling hope, and guiding them to walk forward in love and trust. Many souls are drowning in worry, not sure what lies beyond. Countless hearts shatter. Many spirits give up, dreams dimming away, simply because nobody has reassured them that they are still cherished, that their value remains, that they are not solitary. However, my child, you form part of my grand layout. You serve as a carrier of hope, the herald of glad tidings, the conduit that leads searching hearts to the infinite love I have for them. Share this message not only through words, but also through your daily living, through your gestures, through the example you set. Be that glimmer in another's darkness. Be the hands that raise up the weary. Become love to those around you. Each time you sow kindness, you won't just reshape one person's life. You also open portals for blessings in your own. Never overlook that love and empathy don't go to waste. A single line of kind-heartedness can serve as a spark that warms a frigid soul. A single benevolent gesture can rescue someone drifting in deep despair. Every unselfish act, every offer of unconditional acceptance sets off a ripple of favor that eventually flows back to you in ways far exceeding your guesses. You might consider your actions insignificant, a single sentence, a singular help, a moment of compassion. Yet you don't see how that one action can expand into a monumental transformation. To a life teetering on hopelessness, the simplest sign of care can be a life preserver. One troubled person may find new life just from feeling heard. And maybe a mere friendly beam can salvage a day, disclosing that existence remains valuable. Don't diminish your own potential. Don't discount your ability to affect real change. I have breathed into you immeasurable might, capabilities that, when invoked, can bring remarkable shifts in the world near you. Be led by love and sincerity. Let empathy chart your course. Live not exclusively for yourself, but also for others. By choosing to act with an open spirit, by giving without reservation, by holding that any endeavor carried out with love is never futile, you will witness your own life enlarge in richness. Good things will wash over you, not merely in physical forms, but also as tranquility, that unwavering joy, the gratification of knowing you have worked to make this world kinder. Know that the universe abides by a godly principle. You will harvest exactly what you plant. Even better, sowing love reaps not only love, but an abundance beyond measure. A single action of goodness can prompt others to follow suit. A single noble deed can multiply into countless deeds, extending its ripple effect to people you may never see. Hence, do not interrupt this chain of compassion and brilliance. Let it continue, let it expand, let it sink deep into your lifestyle. Speak words of motivation. Assist individuals in trouble. Manifest generosity freely. Because, my child, I have proclaimed that not one thing done in love slips from memory. Move with a heart willing to give. Bestow love without second thoughts. Serve without hesitation. Forgive wholeheartedly. And in so doing, watch your life overflow with wonder, with doors swinging open where none existed, with marvels that only love and conviction can call forth. You are integral to this massive tapestry I am weaving. You are the torchbearer, entrusted with shining your light. You are the messenger of assurance in a darkened environment. Keep marching, keep trusting, keep sowing goodness, and I guarantee you shall never be forsaken, never adrift, always protected in my everlasting affection, a love that stands unwavering, inexhaustible, refusing to forsake you under any circumstance. I remind you that in the daily commotion, the strain that burdens your shoulders, and the relentless tests you navigate, do not lose sight of what is vital. Our bond, yours and mine. Do not let the stressors of life drown out that deeper call from your soul to connect with me repeatedly. You need this communion more than anything else. Do you know why? Because I alone am your well of strength, the place where you discover a tranquility that nothing else can replace. When you speak to me, you are not merely voicing your hopes or sorrows. You are tapping into an unwavering devotion, an energy that can elevate you from agony, a guiding light through your blackest valleys. Don't delay until utter fatigue sets in to seek my face. Don't wait for adversity to become dire before asking for my support. Don't let the swirl of obligations make you forget there is one who has always been waiting, listening, loving you beyond measure. Understand that coming before me is no heavy chore or mandatory duty. It is a privilege, a refuge where you can hide in my infinite compassion. It isn't about mechanical devotions or seeking last-minute miracles, but about establishing a profound bond, revealing your inmost being without worry about condemnation or rejection. Address me like a little child chatting with a caring father. Unveil your highs and lows, your uncertainties, your dreams. I know it all, but I yearn to hear it from you, because I cherish you, because I wish you to grasp that you are never alone. When you create space to listen for my reply, you will witness your life shift in astonishing ways. The seemingly crushing weight on your shoulders will diminish. Conundrums you couldn't decode will begin to have clarity. The unthinkable aches you believed could never be mended will gradually fade. Because connecting with me is not a one-sided exercise. You are also receiving. You gain discernment for the decisions you must make. You gain calmness to handle trials without crumbling. You gain the self-assurance to press forward despite feeling the world is against you. Most importantly, you receive my love, a love that remains, that never goes stale, that overcomes terror and grief. Perhaps you wonder, do you hear me? Do you actually care? Indeed, my child, I hear every syllable, be it a hesitant, hushed plea at midnight, or the sharp cry in moments of anguish. I catch each tear that drips, including those unseen by others. I comprehend each thought swirling in your mind, even if you cannot put it into words. But do you listen to me in return? Do you step away from the frenetic pace to absorb my gentle promptings? At times, you pray but shut out the answer in your hustle. Sometimes you crave guidance, but your mind is too preoccupied with anxieties to notice my tender voice. There are days when I long to enfold you in my solace, yet you look elsewhere. through fleeting comfort from peers or possessions, unaware that my peace is what your heart genuinely longs for. My beloved child, find the pause button. Grant me a place in your day. Let me speak into your situation. Let me mark out your course. Let me stabilize you when you waver, wipe your tears when you ache, and reassure you that you are never unaided. Start each morning with prayer, not solely to request my help, but to celebrate that every sunrise is my gift. Fill your mind with thoughts of me through the day, so you note my fingerprints in even the most mundane details. And at day's close, breathe thanks, certain that no matter what transpired, you still abide in my arms. Don't allow life's demands to rob the time meant for me. Don't let anxiety overshadow the truth of my devoted love. Don't let affliction impede your choice to commune with me. You need me greatest when times are hardest. When you preserve our relationship as a priority, you will never lose direction, never feel lacking, never feel deserted. For you will always remember you have me. My beloved child, today I have spoken truths that your spirit cannot afford to forget. This was not a coincidence. This was a divine appointment, a seed planted, a call to awaken, a shield placed over your future. But understand, what I began today must be watered again and again, and I have prepared this place as a wellspring for you. Return here often, because each time you do, I will meet you again, with deeper warnings, greater revelation, fresh strength, and renewed peace. Subscribe not because you're following a routine, but because your spirit is choosing to stay in step with my voice. Turn on every notification, because the days ahead require discernment, and I will not leave you without clear direction. Bring others who are growing weary, who need to hear the sound of heaven calling them awake, because every time you return here, you are saying yes to me again, yes to protection, yes to wisdom, yes to life. Amen.